Good morning, students. Today we shall be looking at matter and state of matter. Okay, and at the end of this topic, you should be able to define matter, be able to tell us what is matter, and you should be able to state the three states of matter. And you already know that the three states of matter include solid, liquid, and gases. And you must tell us or identify the state of matter. Okay, that is, we have the three states of matter and we have changes in the state of matter. That is, matter can change from one form to another. For instance, ice can change to water, water can change to steam, okay, in different processes. And it can also be reversed. Heating and cooling is the one that results to changes of what of states. And you should also understand a particular change of state. We call it unusual change of state, and that is sublimation, whereby gases are solid changes to gases directly without passing through the liquid. That is sublimation. And you should be able to tell us, differentiate between the three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gases. And all these are extensively explained as we move ahead. Now we shall look at matter and state of matter. So we already understood and established that matter is anything that has mass or weight and occupies space. So there is nothing on this earth that does not have mass and does not occupy space. That means everything on the earth, even the earth, has a mass and occupies space. So anything that has mass and occupies space is a matter. Even you yourself, you are a matter. So we now look at the three states of matter. There are basically three states of matter: solids, liquids, and gases. These are the three states of matter. So this diagram is going to show you the three states of matter. This is ice, that is solid, the liquid, and the gas from the diagram. So these are the three states of matter. So now look at the differences. What makes each one of them to differ from the other? So now the differences between the three states of matter: so solid, liquid, and gas. So this table is trying to summarize the differences, because you are going to be asked in your exam. Okay, so solid, it has a fixed shape. The shape of solid is fixed. Okay, while liquid also has a fixed shape. Gas has no shape. So the only state of matter that has no shape is gas. Solid has, liquid has fixed shape. So the second difference is it has fixed volume. Solid has fixed volume. Okay, liquid does not have fixed volume. It occupies the volume of the container. It takes the volume of the container. Gas too has no volume. So it does not flow in terms of their fluidity. Solid does not flow, so it remains fixed in one position. Liquid flows, and gases, it cannot flow. Gases cannot flow, so it's only liquid that can flow. So we talk about the forces that hold them together. In terms of solid, strong forces hold them together. That is why they cannot flow. Okay, and that is why they cannot move from one point to another, because the forces holding the solid together is very strong. In terms of liquid, weak forces hold the liquid molecules together. That's why liquid can flow. Okay, so they have weak forces holding them together. And for the gas, there are almost no forces holding them together. So there are no intermolecular forces holding this gas molecules together. So we now look at, in terms of, think of all solids around you. Give different examples of solids. There are many. Your book, your pen, your everything is solid. So think of liquid around you. The water you have, the ink, okay, and so on. And think about gases. You have helium, sodium, everything. They are gases. So these are differences we have between solid, liquid, and gases. So having established that, we look at the next subheading, that is change of state. So the three states of matter can change from one form to another. Solid can change to liquid, liquid can change to gas, and gas can change to liquid. Okay, that is what we call change of state. And one of the substances that can undergo these changes is water. In terms of solid, water is ice. In liquid, water. In gas, it will be steam or vapor. Okay, so these solids can change from. So I now use letters A, B, C, D, E, and F to represent these changes. These changes of matter. Okay, so if you look at this next page, A is freezing. When a liquid cool, a liquid turns to solid, we call it the liquid freeze. Okay, that is cooling. It freezes to solid. Liquid can change to solid by freezing. Okay, so the direction is from liquid to solid. A, the arrow is pointing that the liquid is turning to solid. Okay, and that process is what is freezing. So when you look at B, B is melting. When a solid is converted to liquid, the solid melts to liquid. So converting from solid to liquid is called melting. So C is condensation. When a gas change to liquid, you call it the gas is condensing. That is condensation. Okay, changing of gas to liquid. Okay, changing of steam to water is called condensation. That is C. When a liquid turns to gas, we call it evaporation. Okay, also boiling. That is D. So a liquid changing to gas, a liquid that is steam, water being changes to steam, liquid change to gas is called, that is D that you are seeing. Liquid to gas, D, it is called boiling or evaporation. So when a solid that is E, a solid can change directly to gas without passing through the liquid, without passing through B and D, without passing through melting and evaporation. Solid can change directly to gas without passing through the liquid, and that process is called sublimation. Sublimation. When a gas changes directly to gas, when a solid changes directly to gas without passing through the liquid state, it is called sublimation. Okay, sublimation. So gas too can change to solid directly. Okay, that one is called deposition. It is called deposition. So you need to know the changes that occurs when one state of matter changes to another state of matter. It's very important. It's going to come out. It's a likely question that they set every year. So you need to familiarize yourself with it. So in conclusion here, you can see that condensing is the opposite of evaporating. Freezing is the opposite of melting. Okay, the freezing point of water is the same as the melting point of ice at 0 degrees Celsius. So now look at an unusual state of state, an unusual change of state. Though we have seen it there, and that is what we call sublimation. Sublimation is an unusual change of state. When the solid changes directly to gaseous without passing through the liquid state, it's an unusual change of state. We call it sublimation. So there are few substances that can change directly from solid to a gas when they are heated without ever becoming a liquid. So this rapid spreading out of particles is called sublimation. So it's a very common question in the exam. They said when the solid changes directly to gaseous state without passing through liquidity, it is called dash. So you must know that it's not sublimation. Okay, we call it unusual change of state. Cooling causes a change from a gas directly back to a solid. So what are the examples of substances that can sublime? We have solid carbon dioxide, iodine crystal. These are substances that can sublime, that can undergo sublimation without passing through the liquid. Once we look at the kinetic theory of matter, kinetic, as we have known, have to do with motion, movement, and matter. I've told you anything that has mass and occupies space is matter. So we want to see how this matter can move. We want to see the theory that explains the movement of matter. Okay, the major ones are said that all matter is made up of tiny particles, so invisible to the naked eye. So the matter that they are seeing, the water they are seeing, is made up of particles that you cannot see. Okay, so all matter consists of tiny moving particles, which is invisible to the naked eye. The particles may be atoms, molecules, or ions, and they are of different sizes. So second one is that the particles move all the time. Particles in state of matter, whether in solid or in liquid or in gas, they move in a state move all the time. The particles in solid move in a fixed position. They vibrate. Okay, the particle in the liquid can move from one point to another, and that of the solid, and that of the gas. So every particle, they ask you, out of the three states of matter, which one, provided they have the same masses, the one that will be heavier will be what, will be solid. So heavier particle move more slowly than lighter. That is why the one that have the slowest kinetic energy is solid, followed by liquid. Gases, because their molecules have almost no forces holding them together, they move at a faster rate. So heavier particles move more slowly than lighter ones at a given temperature. Thanks. This is where we are going to stop for today.